What's up, guys? So the simplest way that I've tried to come up with thinking about calories and weight gain, I was sitting there the other day and I was thinking about, now, if I have a cup, you're the cup, right? If calories, we want to take that, that's going to be water. And it's not literally water, but we're saying the food that you bring in. And we keep putting water into this cup. So over time, this cup is just gonna fill, right? Get one layer, cool. Add more calories. Keeps going. More. Now, here's what happens. If you keep filling your body with calories, and you're not doing anything to drink out of that cup, then guess what? It's gonna come over here towards weight gain. Now, that's a very simplistic way of thinking about it, not really taking into account specific instances for people, right? But if we think of it, if I don't want my cup to overfill, what do? You can work out. So, work out. Now, working out in itself isn't going to take a bunch of calories out of that, maybe 100, but still, that's gonna take it and hopefully stop the overflow. Now, the thing is you can't outwork a bad diet. So if you work out, but keep putting calories into it, it's still gonna overflow because you're only gonna have so much used by the body. So going back out of that, now, the other way that we can stop all this water, extra calories from getting used by the body and stored as fat is to also go into a calorie deficit. So you're gonna take some of this water away, right? Some of the calories that you're putting into your cup, you're gonna take that away. So then you're down to here. So if I'm at that level with a deficit, now, in a workout, if I'm doing what I'm actually told to do, or what I should be doing, then this cup, in essence, should never fill over. Your body should always be satiated. You know, if we think about the top of this cup, right here, that's maintenance. That's just how many calories we need in a day to help us on the average day. So, the thing is that your biggest things that you need to do is realize that if you add a ton of water to your cup, you're not taking any sips out of it by either going into a deficit or a workout, that water is just gonna overflow into weight gain. Now, it's not the end of the world, right? Because the thing is that we know with that workout and deficit, we can simply add in just walking. So if we go for a walk, by walking, we're not adding anything high impact. Most people can walk, and if you can't, we can get you on a recumbent bicycle or whatever apparatus that you need to start, taking away from this cup. So I hope that kind of thought process of, and this thought of water overflowing after you've filled all your cup and not done enough to take anything out of your cup, not taking any sips out of your cup, I hope that breaks it down, that you maybe see it a little bit different. Maybe that makes more sense, that if I take a little bit of water and I'm only just doing a little bit, and in addition, I'm working out, I'm in a deficit, and I'm walking too, then I'm not gonna necessarily have weight gain. And again, that's just an overall generalization, right? Because there could still be people out there that are going to do all of this right and still have weight gain. And I understand that. But this is for the average person, that if they just take a little bit of food and calories, they add a little bit of working out, they add a little deficit into it, and add some walking, they're not gonna have a massive weight gain. The other thing to think about that too is that we need to know where we want to be at with our food, right? So we need to know exactly how many calories we want in a day. Easy way to do that, the easiest way, go online, find one of the food calculators. Another way, we want to hit our protein goals for the day, right? We want our body to be able to do what it needs to do in regards to building muscle and any of the enzymatic functions and whatever else that we can use proteins for in the body, which is a bunch of things, believe it or not. Carbs too. So don't villainize carbohydrates. We need them to build muscle. If you don't believe me, go right online, type in there, do I need carbs to build muscle? And you're gonna see that you do. So what we can do for protein for the most basic thing is just go in there and 0.8 to 1 gram per body weight that we wanna be or where we're at. So say I wanna be 185 pounds, I'm gonna try for 185 grams of protein. Now I understand if you're going from 20 grams of protein, which a lot of people probably are, that it's gonna be super hard for you to get in 185 grams of protein. That's why we wanna start small. So if we can add in a basic habit of going from 20 to 40, from that 40 in a couple of weeks going up to 60 or 80, and slowly working up that we're up 100 or more, you're gonna see changes in your body. Because what's gonna happen is you're also gonna make different food choices. To get the protein that you need, you're probably gonna need protein shakes. So, you're gonna be searching out foods that are higher in protein. And usually those higher in protein foods are going to be better for you anyways. And also, when we're thinking about that, carbohydrates. Why are carbs great? Well, carbs are great because when your body takes them in, they're gonna break it down. It's gonna go into glycogen usually. It's gonna enter the bloodstream, we have blood sugar. But going back to glycogen, your body needs that to be able to break down for an energy source into ATP. So when you start cutting those carbs out, what happens is that the carb is a heavy molecule, or the glycogen is a heavy molecule, sorry. When that's broken down, the carbohydrate gets broken down, gets broken into glycogen. Glycogen attracts 2 molecules of water. So when you start cutting, that's where your weight loss is. Because what's happened basically is that you've just taken water out of your system and you've gotten rid of some glycogen. So those first 10, 12, 14 pounds that you're gonna find, if you're just cutting carbs, that's where it's gonna be coming from. So getting all the way back, easiest way, protein, 0.8 to 1 gram per body weight. Work smart, come up from a low. Don't have to take it all at one time. The other thing is that what we also wanna think about is that you have to eat in excess of 3,500 calories to get 1 pound of fat. So if for whatever reason, we're on 80% that we're really on a diet and 20% that we're just eating food, because I love pizza and I love ice cream and I'm going to eat it. And I would expect somebody to do the same as long as you've got your diet dialed in for 80% of the time. Some people, you're not gonna be able to do that because you're just gonna get back into the habit of just binging or feeling bad about, eating that food, which you shouldn't, because guess what? Once you break down those carbs again, like I said, and it goes in and you gain maybe a pound or 2, I'm gonna bet that you were a little dehydrated. So make sure you're drinking your water too, because that's gonna help you. Now, 3,500 calories, that's a crap ton of calories to eat different. But if you're not doing anything to take out of this cup and you're just overfilling and overfilling and overfilling, eventually it's just gonna add up. We wanna be active. The 8 hours that a lot of you are sitting at a desk or not really moving around as much, that's why we go back to walking. That's why walking has really come to the forefront for people to actually get out there and move, right? It's low impact, it's accessible to most people. And the thing is that it doesn't require a gym, right? Like I can just go outside. You can put a jacket on if it's cold. Obviously if it's snowing, you gotta watch out for that, right? But there are people crazy enough that are going to go out and be in the snow. God bless, have fun. I'm not doing it. I'll find something else to do. So anyways, long story short with all of this, going back to it, if you add too much water into your cup, that are actually the food and calories, and you don't do anything to take anything out of your cup by, taking sips, by working out, being in a calorie deficit, or walking, eventually it's all gonna add up. So I hope that this really helped you get into thinking about your diet and how you should go forward with it, and just how it kind of works. Again, this is super basic, but I think it's gonna help a lot of people out there. Like, comment, subscribe right here. Let me know, share it. Hey, have a great day.